My name's Austin Harrison, and the topic I picked for my informative speech is a program I use at work called a Lockout Tagout program. I just want you to sit here and visualize going into a machine, having to do a maintenance project or doing a service on a machine, and when you're inside the machine, you have there's no line of sight between you and all the other people around you. And somebody might walk by a control panel and somewhere where the machine starts up, it says, hey, this machine's not on, I'm just go ahead and turn it on. But this program will not allow that to happen. What we do is we isolate the stored energy, and we isolate the whole machine itself to where it can't be started up. And I think this program needs to be implemented all throughout the world to where everybody's regulated and uses this program. We use this program with OSHA, and like I said, this program will ultimately just save your life, and it's very easy to do. The main points I want to talk about in this presentation are the statistics and a few terms about this program that will help you understand better, the procedures and policies that will allow you to understand how easy it is to go through this program, and what kind of policies go along with this. And I want to show you. I have an example of an actual device that we use, and along with all pictures of all the other devices that we use at the same time. So some of the statistics are that ever since 1970, when OSHA started these regulations with Lockout Tagout, the rate of injury and deaths has gone down 67%. Now I want you to understand that since this rate has gone down 67%, America's employment has doubled since then also. So it's like a double positive. And like I said, we use this with OSHA. We are regulated. We do yearly audits to make sure all of our policies and procedures are in line with OSHA. And some of the terms I want to go through with you are, sometimes you hear me say LOTO, which just means Lockout Tagout. A gang device, which this always trips people up. All it is just a hasp that allows multiple workers to go to a lockout point, and that's another thing, is a lockout point. A lockout point is where we all hook up our locks or tags, and this is usually where it shuts off the different kind of stored energies and isolates the machines. The different kinds of stored energies that I'm talking about are anywhere from electrical to mechanical, pneumatic, which is air pressure, and hydraulic. And with this in mind, I want to go over a few of the procedures this from start to finish, how we go to a lockout routine. To start our lockout routine, we have these machine-specific procedures. Now these machine-specific procedures, they show the machine's name, where all the lockout points are, the different types of stored energy to think about while you're working on these machines. And then it has a list with text and pictures of how to lock out this machine. So for example, you might have a machine to where you got to go and you have multiple lockout points where you'll disengage a electrical lever that stops the electricity, and then in another point you'll have to go and shut off a water valve. That way you don't have the mix of water and electricity. With these procedures, after you read those machine-specific procedures, then you need to inform everybody around you, affected employees, that you are locking out the machine. This will allow everybody to know that you're not going to be. They don't need to be around the machine unless you need help, and they're an employee that is certified in this program, so that way they can help you too. After you tell everybody that what you're going to do, then you actually go through the process of locking out the machine as shown in the machine-specific procedures. And after you do that, after you lock out the machine, then you need to test the machine to see if any of these stored energies are going to come back on. It's another a double check behind yourself to make sure the machine will not come on through the control panel. And after you do your work on the machine, your service, your maintenance project, then you need to go backwards in the process. Now you need to take off all your lockout, tagout devices. Then you need to tell everybody around the area that you're turning the machine back on, and then you go ahead and fire the machine back up. Now, if everything's working right, your maintenance procedure was successful, then you can go ahead and start working again. Now, some of the policies that go with this program is there's a zero excuse policy. If you're just too lazy to go and hang a lock on the point or put a device on to stop the stored energy, then you're going to be terminated on the spot. And so, as a final point, I just want to go through some of the lockout devices. I have an example right here. It's the standard lock that we use, and these are all color coordinated. They all come in different sizes, but they all say danger, and this is a lockout device. They all have our pictures, our names, whose it is. But with this lock, there's only one key. There's only one key that fits the lock. You're not allowed to give that lock to anybody. That's why I don't have my lock with me right now, because it's in my toolbox at work. But you're not allowed to give your key to anybody. No supervisor, no managers, no anybody in the upper level of the company. But with this device, this is a standard device that we use. There's also very many different devices. The standard, where the term tagout comes from, is a tag that we zip tie onto a point or on a small machine that lets everybody know, hey, this machine is broken, you can't use it, but it doesn't have an actual lockout point on it to use a lock. And other devices include using electrical cable covers and and like water valve shutoffs. They're actually molded and used just for that one specific procedure. So in conclusion, I just hope that all y'all can visualize what I was talking about going into a machine and being out of the line of sight, and that I hope that you think this policy needs to be implemented throughout the whole world and all the other companies. And I thank you very much.